Good morning, children. How are you all? So, today we are going to see lesson 1, living world. Okay, so in this living world, we are going to see few things. See here, these are the 6 important things that we are going to study in this living world. What are they? It is living beings and non-living beings. Then characteristics of living beings, and the third one, food of plants and animals, and the fourth one, movement of plants and animals, and the life cycle of a plant, and importance of animal protection. Okay, so these are the important things that we are going to study. Shall we move on? See, in this first paragraph, take page number 1. In this page number 1, the protection of environment is the duty of all. Yes or no? Okay, so what is written here? All things around us is environment. So we see hills, forest, river, falls, streams, insects, honeybee, birds, etc. around us, which makes us wonder. Yes or no? So this is our environment. Living beings and non-living beings also takes place in our environment. Is that clear, children? Okay, so where we live, okay, the surrounding, the surrounding is called as environment. Okay, so next, look at this. Next we are moving on, living beings and non-living beings. Okay, see, first of all, in page number 2, they are given some characteristics. See, some components of the environment. Okay, before reading that, we will just read what is called living things and non-living things. Living beings are all those that can respire. The obvious example are human beings, plants, animals. All living beings breathe, eat, grow and move and reproduce and have senses, that is stimuli. Okay, the stimulation. Okay, things which cannot grow, which cannot move, which cannot breathe and reproduce are called non-living things. They do not have any kind of life in them. Examples of non-living things are rocks, bucket and water. See, that is written in the second one. Okay, in page number 2. Shall we mark that which is given, the components which you have marked? See, put tick, are called living beings, and which is marked as into are called non-living things. Shall we do that? See, first one, look at this, what they have given in the box, components of the environment. So first one, mouse, mango, and brick, clock, butterfly, man, frog, paper, mobile. Okay, so what is given on the side? So whether it grow, whether it eat, whether it move, whether it breathe, whether it pass all the excretions out, and it responds to the stimuli and reproduce. Okay, so first, shall we see this? See, mouse. Mouse, oh my god, at night you can see what all the kitchen items, all that, everything, it will come and eat. Yes, it is reproducing. And it is response to stimuli. As soon as it sees us, it runs out. Yes, it excretes, it breathes, it moves. Yes, it runs and it is eating all the leftover food and it grows. Yes or no? Mice or mouse. Okay. Mango. See the fruit. Whether the fruit is eating, whether the mango is moving. No, mango is not moving, but it grows. Put a tick mark in mango. Growth alone. You put the tick mark in growth alone. Brick. Brick. See, brick, whether it will move, whether it is growing, it is used only for building, only for construction. So put into mark. Clock, it shows the time alone. It doesn't grow, it doesn't move. Okay, next, but one thing I am sure that two needles are there, no, it moves. Okay, that clock, on the whole the clock won't move, that but the middle needle alone will move. Okay, butterfly, it's a living being. It has all the characteristics. Even man, frog, very good. All these three, put tick mark in all the column. Butterfly, man and frog, they three are living beings. Paper and mobile are non-living things. Is that clear, children? Yes, it is non-living things. Okay, now confirm that. Now you see whether these things, which is living things and which is non-living things. Is that clear, children? Which is living things and non-living things. Some of the components seen in page number 3, see here, identify them as living beings or non-living beings. Put together. Okay, see here. First of all, the main important thing I would like to tell you is living beings are made up of cells. Okay, living beings are made up of cells. You and I are made up of cells, and plants and animals are also made up of cells. We breathe. Yes, we respire, we can eat food, we are growing. You and I was once a baby and later every year we are growing, and we move. We move from school to home and home to school. We run and we play. We excrete and we reproduce. We can able to give birth, respond to stimuli. Yes, when I pinch you, when I beat you, immediately you withdraw your hands. Okay, then having a lifespan. Okay, so see here the components of the environment. Birds, balloon, water, mango tree, vehicle and pen. Please put a tick mark which is the living being and which is the non-living being. Is that clear, children? You can put a tick mark here. This is your homework. Okay, next below that, look at the page number 3. Make a list of other living beings or non-living things you have seen. See, at home. Go around and see which are the living things and which are non-living things. You can take like TV. In the hall, what are the non-living things you are seeing? What are the living things? If you have lovebirds at home, garden, whatever you are seeing, you classify that which are living things and which are non-living things. Coming to the next thing, see here, first point which we have mentioned here is in page number 3, living beings are made up of cells. Okay, see, animal cells, plant cells and human cells. A cell is defined as a basic unit of life that is responsible for all life's process. Cells are the structural, functional and biological units of all living beings. A cell can replicate itself independently. So hence they are known as the building blocks of life. So living beings respire. See, look at this picture. See, this is animal cells and this is plant cell and other one is human cell. See, living beings can take breath. Okay, so living things require oxygen to get energy. They get required oxygen by the process of respiration. During respiration, oxygen is breathed in and through the blood. It reaches each and every cells of the body. Okay, so previously in all other classes you have learnt that during respiration living beings take in air, use the oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Can you see this picture given here in page number 4? So these are special organs. What are the organs? From the nose, nostrils, trachea and the lungs, alveoli. All these are the organs to breathe. So plants also depend on oxygen for their respiration. So usually they respire through stomata, which are present on the lower surface of leaves. With the help of the oxygen and the energy in the food is made available to the living body. So next, living beings eat food. Living beings eat food. Living beings perform many activities daily, such as, see here, if we take a father is going out and working, mother is also working at home. You and I move. What you are bringing? For short break you are bringing food, and for long break you are bringing lunch. You are carrying your lunch bag. Yes or no? You are feeling tired, so you are eating something to get energy, because you are sitting and reading, playing, all these sorts of things you do, so you need energy, so you are eating. For plants, water, carbon dioxide and sunlight is needed. For animals, it depends upon the other animal. Yes or no? So plants prepare their own food. That is why green plants are called autotrophs. Okay, so what happens? Plants are eating food. They are getting energy from sunlight. Is that clear, children? And animals, they depend on others. Okay, it depends on other animals. Here we can see that animals do not prepare their own food, but plants can prepare their own food. See, animals depend on plants and also animals. Okay, plants and animals. That's why we classify it into herbivore, carnivore and omnivore. See here, animals that eat only plants and the plant products are herbivore. What is carnivore? Animals that eat other animals. Omnivore, you and I, we eat plants and animals. Okay, so some animals are there. In page number 7 you can see the list of animals. Classify that animals in omnivorous, herbivore and carnivore. Okay, bear will eat plant and also fish. Cat, what it eats? It also eats fish and food. What rabbit eats? Rabbit eats only carrot. What the parrot is eating? Parrot eat only grains and fruits. Okay, dog, it eats non-veg. Okay. Sparrow, what does it eat? Lion. Lion and tiger are what? It is fully carnivore animal. That's why it is wild animal. Wild animals are though preferably they eat only other animals. They are carnivores. Okay. So next thing we move on to living beings grow. Living beings grow. See, all living things grow during some period of their lives. Okay. See, in every picture, look at this picture. This picture shows the growth of the particular organism. In every picture there is an increase in height and size, and this is called as growth. Is that clear, children? This is called growth. So growth take place rapidly. It won't within 1 or 2 days you can't grow. It grows, it has its own time. Okay, for plants and animals we grow slowly. Okay, next moving on to the other one, fifth point. We are coming to the fifth point. Living beings move. Animals move from place to place, and they have special organs for this. See, man walks with the legs, using the legs. Okay, snake will crawl. Okay, then fish with the gills, it will swim. For birds, it can fly. Movement is a major characteristics of living things. Animals move for many reasons. For example, to find food, shelter, and to improve their chances for reproduction. Plants cannot move from one place to another, but still we can observe the movement of plants. Okay, so look at this. Plants do not have organs for movement as in animals. As the soil holds the roots of the plants, they cannot move from one place to another. Still we can observe the movements. See here, roots growing towards the water in the soil, and sunflower plant turning towards the sun. Is that clear, children? Is that clear? And coming to the sixth point, living beings excrete. See, many activities take place in the body of organisms. As a result, things which are unwanted for the body are also generated. These have to be thrown out of the body. If not, body gets affected. Animals throw out unwanted things of the body in the form of carbon dioxide, sweat, feces and urine. They have special organs for this purpose. Plants also give out carbon dioxide during respiration. Dry leaf, stem, rooting parts, all these separate from the plants. They release excess water to the atmosphere through leaves. Okay, next see here, the seventh point is living beings reproduce. Look at these pictures. See, all the organisms and their young ones are, see here, we can see all the pictures. This process of an organisms gives birth to young ones which resembles it is called reproduction. All living organism does not need reproduction to survive, but as a species they need that for continuity and to ensure that they are not extinct. Okay, plants reproduce through seeds and stems. Okay, next in the page number 11 they have given a tabular column. You can see that. See here what they have given. there is a statement. They have given the statement. Whether that statement is correct or not, follow that and tell. Okay. See whether they are reproducing, or whether they are whether they can whether the statement is true or false. Okay, so see here, first statement, organisms continue their generation by reproduction. That is right. Second one, in environment, other organisms get food by reproduction. No, it is false. In environment, other organisms cannot get food by reproduction. Third one, reproduction is only in animals. No, the answer is wrong. Reproduction is seen not only in animals but also plants. Okay, plants and human beings. There will not be any danger in environment by over reproduction of a single organism. True. Yes or no? There are, see, another important thing I would like to tell you is animals, those see, which lays eggs, see, like fish, birds, reptiles, insects, they lay eggs. Animals also, they directly give birth to young ones. They are called as mammals. They are mammals. Is that clear, children? Is that clear? Mammals, they directly give birth. They never lay eggs. Okay. So next one is living beings response to stimuli. All living things are being able to respond to stimuli in the external environment. For example, living things respond to changes in light, heat, sound, and chemical and mechanical contact. To detect stimuli, organisms have means for receiving information such as eyes, ears, and taste buds. Example, folding of leaves when touched in touch me not plant. Can you see that? Have you seen that plant? Stings of scorpion when external things touch it. So immediately it responds. Okay. So we all have sense organs. We have stimulations. Okay, so in page number 12, they have given the life cycle of a plant. Life cycle of a plant. Seed is an important part of reproduction in plants. See, for example, I would like to tell you, ma'am, I have taken a video near our house. I would like to show you a small video. Okay, I will just show that video alone. Later, okay, in the class, I will tell you how that Gulmohar plant, it came out from the seed. Okay, seed, then how the plant came and how the flower, and that flowers, from that flowers how again the seed fell down. Okay, I will show you later. Okay, now we will finish this. Next, after this stimuli, eighth one is responding to the stimuli. And now we are coming to the lifespan. Organisms take birth, becomes adult, reproduce, become old and die at last. The period between birth and death of an organism is called lifespan. Okay, see, annuals means only 1 year, biennials means 2 years, perennials means many years. In page number 14 we have the tabular column. See, animals, how long the lifespan. See, turtle, it lives 150 years, elephant 70 years, cow 20 years, eagle 20 years, and man approximately 70 to 80. Okay, next, based on this lifespan, Plants are classified into annuals, biennials and perennials. Okay, so in page number 15 you can see what are the plants which lives for only a year and which can live for 2 seasons. The vegetables, they have given the picture here in page number 15 and 16. Okay, so please do this examples. Is that clear, children? Do this and read. See, you can see that how many years, whether it is 1 year or 2 year. See, annuals, you can even write annuals that normally have an extended blooming period and sweet scented, or annuals. Biennials are garden store plant breedings. Perennials are flower buds and herbs. Okay, herbs, gardens, herbs. Okay, next moving on to the next food for plants. What is the food for plants? Plants use solar energy, carbon dioxide in air, absorbs water, minerals and salts from soil through roots, and prepare food with the help of chlorophyll in leaf. This process is called photosynthesis. This is called as photosynthesis. So animals, already we have discussed. Animals, where they get food? They get food by they cannot prepare their own food. Only plants can prepare their own food. So we are classifying it into herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Is that clear, children? And movements of plants, whether it is moving or not, it can't move, but the only thing is it can move towards the soil. Is that clear, children? Is that clear till now? Sunflower also, it is turning around turning towards the sunlight. Okay, so movements of animals also, we have seen that it can move from place to place. It jump. Some use their body to crawl. Man use their legs. Okay, so some hop and go, some swim and go, like that. Okay, so then coming to the life cycle of the plant, just now we have seen how it comes. Seeds coming, then egg plants and mature plants. From the flower it gives fruit. Again from the fruit there are seeds. Okay, so next important thing, many more points about the importance of animal protection is, see, animals plays an important role. Take page number 18. See, animals play an important role in maintaining the environmental balance. If animals are destroyed, it affects other organisms, as there will be scarcity of food. In the recent years, the government has taken measures to protect animals through national forests, wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries and reserve forests. Hunting is banned. Is that clear, children? Is that clear? Living world around us is wonderful. Okay, we are very grateful to God. God has given us all the things. We can breathe, we can move, whatever we want, we can do it. Yes or no? See, we should protect the animals and plants because God has given us 6 senses. Okay, so then only this existing environment, what we see now, will be available to the future generation. See, if I die, your kids should, your generation, they have to use this. They have to see these animals. They have to see this plant, and later they should not ask, oh my God, what is elephant? You can't show them the picture. You should show them naturally. Okay, so you should protect them, my dears. Please save water. Please save nature. If we protect nature, it will protect us. Okay, that's why we are telling you plant plants. Okay, so you have to grow plants. Please plant and so many trees whenever you are free during this holiday times. Do that because it helps us by giving oxygen. See, nowadays how many news we are hearing. So many of them are dying without oxygen. During this corona time, everybody in the hospital, everywhere this oxygen is needed. So what you and I should do, we should grow plants. Okay, in that way, if we protect nature, it will protect us, children. Please keep this in the mind. Is that clear, my dears? Thank you so much.